Hey guys, welcome back. This is Anna, and I wanted to jump on real quick to kind of do a second update, combination of just currently what's going on with me, like things that I'm reading, and also I wanted to do a 1 month or about 1 month review on the Doc Marten schoolboy kind of satchel, in case anybody's wondering. Because I've noticed definitely some things that, not that it would have changed my opinion on it, but in case you are looking into the bag, what you might expect, kind of like the wear and tear of the bag itself. And just gonna jump right into it, just kind of a little random Mod Podge of things that I wanted to cover in this video. So I've had this for a little over a month, I think. I can't remember when I actually got it, but I did pretty much use it every day. It was just kind of my go-to bag for just going out, running errands. And I think I'd mentioned in the first video that in order to keep it closed, you do have to have pretty much this buckled in, everything. And so I got into the habit of having, because I have this crossbody, so this would be hanging on my right side of the body, that when it was like this, I would have this buckled in, and then this fully buckled in, and then this I would just have slipped in. So if I really needed to grab something, I could just pull this out and then kind of lift up the flap and grab whatever I needed to. Usually my phone would be slipped in right here. So I did mention in the first video that I could see being very cumbersome. And it is. It's not a bag that I would recommend if you needed to get into quickly. If you're a person who's constantly opening your tote, or you prefer tote style where it's just kind of open and you can just slip your hand in and grab things, this is not kind of like that everyday carry that I would recommend. This is more for like aesthetic, you know, it just looks nice. And it does store quite a bit. Like I said in my first video, it fits my Midori, a little pouch of makeup items, and a snack, and sunglasses, a hand lotion, my passport that I use as a wallet. And it fits everything just fine. But getting in and out of it is, I don't want to say annoying, but just a little off-putting at the moment when you need to get in and grab a wallet or something. So that's that in terms of the actual utility of the bag. And as you can see, it's definitely gotten some scarring, some marks on it. I love that. I don't mind it. I in fact actually think that from my touching it all the time, the leather has actually gotten darker, and so that will change over time. It's, I think, was quite a lighter color. Not that much lighter, but just a little bit. And from my just constantly grabbing it and using it, the oils from my hand has definitely changed the color a little bit. And if you are planning on getting perhaps a lighter leather, because there was one that was more of a raw leather kind of look, it does rub off. Not the leather onto your clothing, but your jeans onto the bag. Because as you can see, I've worn this with my jeans, and you can tell where it rubs. It's gotten darker right here, all around this area, definitely around these marks, these areas, and I don't think the strap has changed too much. There's not much of a color change there, but definitely onto the bag itself, and you can see some color change here. So if you wear a lot of jeans and you get the lighter color one where it's more of like a yellow leather, that's something to keep in mind, because that will definitely change the look of your leather. I'm not too concerned with the front of the bag too much, and this over time is just, I think that was just it was bound to happen. But if I had decided to get the yellow leather one, which I was considering for a moment, this would have definitely bothered me, because then it would have given it a more dirty kind of leather look. So that's my overall review of it. I still love it. I have no regrets. I'm really glad I actually bought it because this has been my kind of go-to bag for quick date nights, and we're just heading out to a restaurant or something. So, and it fits everything I need. So I really like that bag. And I wanted to cover kind of what I've currently been reading because I've heard some good things about the last book here in the stack. So, as you know, I love Jane Austen, and I was kind of chatting back and forth with an old friend, and she mentioned Sense and Sensibility, and I felt like I was in the mood for rereading it. I love this book. It's my favorite Jane Austen book. So, but because all of my stuff is in a pod, I actually went out to Half Price and bought a cheap copy. That's how much I loved it, and I'm halfway through it. This time, I decided to just stick in a thing of clear, sticky tabs that I got from Daiso and mark down some of my favorite passages, and I thought I could maybe practice hand lettering with that, or just put it down as just little journal tidbits. Because I love this book, Colonel Brandon, I tell ya. But, so that's what I'm currently reading, and I don't know, is this like a thing that book lovers do? We have several books going because, you know, it kind of depends on your mood. Sometimes you want to read something else, and sometimes you want to just pick up another thing because you're in the mood for it. That's kind of how I am. I usually have about 2 or 3 books going. That's pretty normal for me. I decided to pick up Dan Brown's Inferno. I think I was at the movie theater last month and they had done a trailer for the movie, and I thought, oh, I haven't read that yet. I should definitely read it before the movie comes out. So I've got a few months before the movie comes out. I think it comes out later this year, so plenty of time. I'm not too far in because I just started it, but so far I really like it. I really like Dan Brown books. I really like art history and history in general, so and the intrigue of it just falls right into that kind of category that I like. So I'm reading that, and then I picked this up because I don't know, it's from several YouTubers who have mentioned this book, and I think somebody on Instagram had posted a photo and they said that it was really good. So I decided to pick up the first copy. It's A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. And I was reluctant at first because somebody had described it. It was like a better version of Twilight, and I hate the Twilight series. I personally am not a big fan of it. I'm not a fan of the movies either. But I do like sci-fi, fantasy, witches, vampires, and all that too. So I decided to give it a try. I haven't started it yet, but I'm actually going to start that tonight. It's, hopefully it's better than Twilight. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody who actually likes that series, but I personally am not a fan. I couldn't finish it. I read the first one and I think the second one, and I couldn't get through the rest. It was just not my cup of tea. Anyway, back to this. Because it's gotten so many reviews, I decided to give it a shot. So it looks like it's a trilogy because there were 2 other books as part of the Amazon suggested list for this. So that's what I'm currently reading. And, oh, I picked up some new stamps. These were on sale at Michael's. I'm not sure if the sale is still going on. These are the Kelly Perky vacation stamps, and I thought those would be fun to do because my husband and I are planning on doing a cruise. Probably not this year, I don't know yet, but it had some of those themed stamps in there, and I thought, well, if we're going to be on a cruise, I'll probably actually have time to do stamping. I'm not sure, but I got them in case, and they were on sale. Plus, I was able to use a 40% off coupon with it. So if they are, go check them out. She does have some pretty cool stamps that were, I think there was like a to-do theme, like a planner theme one, and like a home one. So I thought those were really cool. So that was a good deal, and I'm excited to use those for when I do go on vacation. And this, I wanted to show you my new little medallion that I got. I got this at the Ren Fair here. What is it called? The Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair, which I personally am not happy that I paid $20 to get in for, because it was basically, it looked like a medieval encampment. There were just tents everywhere. You paid $20 to go in and basically shop, which in the end I came out with something really cool because I got this, but I don't feel like for the money you got a lot to actually go and experience, because the people did not even attempt an accent. You're gonna see that I'm a big Renaissance Fair snob. It wasn't very big, it was very small, and not a lot of performances. They had a very small schedule of things going on, and the demonstrators, the actors, the volunteers, whoever they were, dressed up in their costumes. Half of their tents were roped off so you couldn't even go and see them do anything. And then they were all on break when we were there. None of them were actually doing anything. So I was very disappointed. I come from Wisconsin, where living in Milwaukee, if you went to the Bristol Renaissance Fair, you know what I'm talking about. Bristol Renaissance Fair rocks. It's the same price, and there's just so much to do. So if you live in the Milwaukee area, buy a ticket, go to the Renaissance Fair. I think it's still going on until September. It's totally worth it. I do not recommend the Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair, and I think it's only because I've been spoiled all my life with going to the Bristol Renaissance Fair. So I'm sorry guys, this video is kind of turning into a rant of things I'm not too happy with. Anyway, getting back, this actually came in a necklace form, and I thought it would be really fun to get this as a part of my Midori. I'm not usually a charms person, but when I saw it, and they had so many different choices of different images that you can get imprinted, I thought immediately, oh, I can get that and put it on my traveler's notebook. So it was either going to be a bookmark, but I was happy with this, so I wanted to keep it as that, that I could put it on the elastic here. So I've got 3 bunnies, of course, and then on the back, because you got to choose 2 images, I got an English knight. So just because it reminds me of England. So I thought that was a really fun thing to bring back. Kind of made the trip at least a little worthwhile. And I think it looks good with the traveler's notebook, the leather. It's actually perfect. So you could actually get silver and gold, I think, but I got the bronze because that was also the one on sale, and it just happens to go perfectly with my traveler's notebook. And that's what I've got to show you. And then one last thing is, somebody recently made a comment with like 2 or 3 questions in the comment, and I thought it would be really cool if I did a short Q&A if you guys are interested. I'm just going to do like a journal related Q&As, so if you guys want to leave me questions below, anything journal related, questions about, like, you know, the person asked me, you know, how I store my traveler's notebook inserts, or where I get certain stationery items that you've seen me feature in a video. If you have any journal related questions, feel free to post them below, and I'll try to gather them if I get any, and then actually do a video for you guys. I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do in a different sort of video on my channel, and kind of a get to know me. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that there, or if you follow me on Instagram and it's easier for you, you can leave me a question there. So I am going to end it here and hopefully get a journal flip filmed next, but I'm going to definitely post this one first. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are... Oh, let me know if you guys are reading these books. Tell me what you think, especially this one, because I'm very curious to see what the general opinion is, because so far, like I said, seems like it's gotten a lot of good reviews. So let's chat. I want to get to know you guys. I'm in a good mood, guys. I had coffee. All right, I will end it here. Bye, guys.